Hello, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 221. It's a Tuesday. I woke up this morning and couldn't remember which day it was. One of those days, you wake up and it's like, it can't be Tuesday. Feels like it's Thursday. So today I wanted to share some more junk wax nostalgia that was digging through all the cards that I picked up last weekend. So over the weekend, what's up, Herman? Good morning, Brad. Do you have a case of the Mondays? A little bit. I've got a case of here's the thing. My case of the Mondays always happens on Tuesday. For some reason, I'm always, for the most part, most of the time, I'm usually like pretty chipper on Monday morning. And then it's Tuesday that it really hits me. Like the weekend hangover, figuratively speaking, not the literal sense, always hits me on Tuesday for some reason. Tuesday's always the day that I'm dragging. Monday, I'm like, especially now with COVID, like I don't really leave the house much. So during the weekend, it's like I'm like immersed down here with my cards all weekend. So Monday's kind of refreshing to get upstairs to my work office and get back to the grind of the week. And then by Tuesday, I'm done. And it's like, oh man, let's bring back the weekend. What's up, Zach? So I found some more. So this past weekend, as I was digging through the cards that I picked up last weekend, I found some more stuff that I wanted to show off, some cool stuff. I think I did show off some pictures because when I was at my mom's house last weekend, I brought some boxes in just to kind of go through. So want to share some of that. But by the way, Brad, your card came today. What's up, David? Good morning. Brad, your PWE. So I'm going to open this. What's up, Ryan? Good morning. I actually have received a few mail days, Cubs packages. So I'll get those. I'll show those off at some point. I haven't even opened most of them. So Brad sent me this Carl Edwards Jr. Bowman Platinum. Very nice. Thank you, Brad. There's a song. So one of my buddies, his name is Danny Rocket. You can find him on Twitter, Son Ranto, SONRANTO. So Danny Rocket's like a performer, and he makes writes his lyrics to songs about Cubs players. So he did. I think there was the Cubs had like a walk-up song competition for like local artists to create walk-up songs for players. So Danny did Carl Edwards Jr. And every time I receive a Carl Edwards Jr. card or see one, I instantly his Danny Rocket's Carl Edwards Jr. song pops in. I'll share it on Twitter. I'm pretty sure he's got it on YouTube. So I'll share that song. It's like Carl Edwards Jr. But that's like the chorus. And, so every time I see a Carl Edwards Jr. card, I think of that song. So I wanted to show off. So now Topps has the Montgomery Club, but back in the day, 30 years ago, they brought out a new product called Stadium Club. And there was like a Stadium Club members only club where you could join and you would get these members only benefits and members only sets, just like Montgomery Club. So this is one of those sets from I think 1991 because that was the charter year of Stadium Club. So inside the box are some of these goodies. Now this, I was gonna like just sell the set, like throw it up on eBay and sell the set, but when I saw this keychain, Stadium Club members only keychain, or Stadium Club charter member keychain, it's like I've got to throw that on my key ring. So I just don't think I can part with the complete set. So this is the charter member limited edition set. and it's got like a lot of the stars from 1991 in here. It's pretty cool. It's got like it's kind of a newspaper, and it's not just baseball, so it's hockey. So Wayne Gretzky, and what's cool is like on the back, it's like a newspaper-esque thing. What's up, Dan? Good morning. Good evening to you, I should say. So that's the Wayne Gretzky. Then there's Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr., father-son duo teammates in Seattle. Who are some of the others? There's even a White Sox player in here, Zach. Bobby Thigpen, the closer. There was another Wayne Gretzky. I think there was a few Wayne Gretzky cards in here. You got Barry Bonds. So it looks like it's just baseball and hockey. Here was a stud. Oh, no, there's a football card. Kevin Moss, he was a stud. So there is football. Here's Derek Thomas, the late Derek Thomas. Who else? Oh, another football. I always consider him QB Eagles from Tecmo Super Bowl. Randall Cunningham. I don't know how Andy Hawkins got in the set. He became a no-hit loser. That's what the headline on the back says. Andy Hawkins became the second pitcher in Major League history to lose a complete game no-hitter when 3 errors and 2 walks with 2 out in the 8th inning gave the White Sox 4 runs in a 4-0 decision. Interesting. I did not know that fact. This Barry Sanders. Let's see, what else do we have in here? There's a couple of repeats, like Otis Anderson is in here twice. Of course, they went to the Super Bowl. So here's a Cubby, Ryan Sandberg. Even the kickers got some love back in the day. See, that's what we love about the junk wax era. Even kickers get love. Kickers get love in the day. Pete Stoyanovich. Who else do we have here? Here's one for George. Willie McGee wins the batting title. I don't remember that either. Willie McGee became the first player in history to win a batting title in one league after being traded to a team in the other. Batted .335 for the Cardinals with enough plate appearances to qualify for the batting championship before an August 29th trade to the Oakland A's. Interesting. Speaking of the A's, here's Ricky Henderson. Eric Davis, I thought he was a surefire Hall of Famer in 1991. If you would have told me as a 9-10-year-old in 1991 that Eric Davis would not be in the Hall of Fame, I would have not believed you. Eric Davis was and same with Don Mattingly or Dale Murphy. Come on, in the 80s and 90s, if you would have told me that Eric Davis, Don Mattingly, and Dale Murphy would not be in the Hall of Fame, I would have been no way. Richmond Webb. Boy, the Dolphins put some oddities in this set. Richmond Webb and Pete Stoyanovich. Here's Nolan Ryan, a no-hitter for the ages. We got Dual Angels. So they teamed up for a no-hitter. Mark Langston and Mike Witt. Here's another Nolan Ryan. That's some of these are boring, but some of these are sweet. And that's kind of a boring picture, but I think it's a cool day. Brad has a great Richmond Webb story. Do share on your channel when you go live. This is a sweet pick, Ricky Henderson. George Brett. So these are some cool cards. Here's a Pudge, the original Pudge, Carlton Fisk. So those are the make sure I get the right ones here. Charter member set from 1991. Now there's one other piece in this set. So it came in this box with that set, keychain, and so this was, so I lifted this up. So this set with all those cards, 50 cards or so, and this is let's weigh them. I've got my kitchen scale. By the way, if you don't have a scale, and I think, was it Brad I was telling, use a kitchen scale for packages. Come on, zero it out. I use this, works perfect. So let's weigh these. So I've got this set, and there's 50 cards. You know, it's pretty thick, and it weighs 3.5 ounces. So then I pull this out, and I'm like, geez, this is heavy. So that big box, 3.5 ounces. This 6 ounces, almost twice as heavy. So I'm like, what's in here? It feels like a brick of gold or something. Maybe it is. What is this? A brick of gold? No. I wish. What's 6 ounces of gold run right now? I haven't seen the gold prices. Nolan Ryan, charter member. Look at that. What a beaut. So that's the card I was talking about that, you know, it's kind of an average picture, but the sky in the background. And there it is on bronze or whatever that is. It's heavy. And here's what the back. I think it's just the card itself. Just like, oh, and it's like not braille, but the clouds in the sky are like lifted. I don't know if you can see that. That's cool. That's freaking cool. And I only collect Cubs. Like anything that's not Cubs has like no value to me. So I just throw it up on eBay. And every once in a while I'll run across something like this that it's like, I can't put this on eBay. This is too cool. I got to keep that. I don't know why I do that, because when I do that, it's just going to sit in this box and it's going to go on a shelf somewhere. And then in 2 years, I'm going to be like, oh, I remember this. Oh, it's going to eBay. I am going to use this keychain. So that was the charter member set from 1991 Stadium Club. Now, this next item is a little more common. I'd never actually seen. I've seen some of those cards because I have the Ryan Sandberg, and I've seen some of the other cards that say like charter member on it. But I had never seen the keychain, and I don't remember seeing the Nolan Ryan. But this set's more common, and I've picked up a few of these in collections that I've picked up. So I don't know if this is Jack Murphy Stadium, but this is from 91. This is the initial set. I think the 92 version has the Derek Jeter. This does not have, because I think they call it the Jack Murphy edition or whatever. So it's pretty cool. So this is what it looks like in a stadium. The back has like the contents. 100 top draft pick cards, 56 All-Star game cards, 25 Team USA cards, 19 Championship and World Series cards. Oh, so this is the Sky Dome. This is the Sky Dome, home of the Blue Jays. So I did open this up over the weekend, and I think I showed off. I think I pulled some of the cards out of here. I'm not going to go through all these because there's like 200. Well, it's a 200 card set, so I won't go through all of these. But let's show off some of the a lot of names that it's like, oh, I remember him. So Phil Nevin, this was a hot card at one time. He was a pretty good player at one time. Phil Nevin, Team USA. Oh, I didn't notice that, but check out the, I always love looking at the backgrounds. Check out the background. It's a Topps banner in the background. You can see the piece in it. It says today's of Major Leaguers of Tomorrow or whatever. So that's pretty cool. So you got the Rocket. You got Roger Clemens in there. That's part of the All-Star set. Sean Estes, he had a nice major league career, draft pick. Team USA, Kenny Steenstra went on to play in the Cubs organization. I don't know if he made it to the big leagues. You probably see this guy on MLB Network, Cliff Floyd, also went on to play for the Cubs. There's one card in here. Oh, here's a Cub, the Hawk, Andre Dawson. Let's see. There's one card in here that I have a story. Yeah, I think I pulled, like, there's Brian Taylor is in here. Oh, here was a big card. This was a big card. Charles Johnson, one of the top prospects in baseball, catcher for the Marlins. Went on to play in the big leagues for a few years. Had a pretty good career, I think. Some of these pictures are just, I love looking at the shirts. Check out those shirts. I don't even know who Mark Kroon is. He was a Mets draft pick. Brian Holiday. Maybe I pulled. No, because there was another Cub in here. So there's a Cub that I wanted to show off from the draft pick set. Of course, it's probably going to be. Here's Ozzie Timmons. He was a Cubs prospect. Let's see. So this set didn't really have. This set was not as big as the next year's set because it had the Jeter. But at one time, this was a pretty big set because some of these guys. Kroon pitched an NPB. Oh, wow. I had never heard of it. Scott Hatteberg. Let's see. Wow, check out the White Sox. The White Sox, the black pants, the brown shoes. I bet I pulled it. Darn it. Oh, nope, I didn't. So I'll just stop there. So this card, Terry Adams, Terry and I follow each other on Twitter. We go back and forth. We DM a lot. He's got a kid that's getting into collecting. So he's always asking me about different products. Takes the kid to Walmart and he's like, these are on the shelf. So I'm like, I just kind of give him advice. I'm like, that's I think your son will like it. It's a fun, kids product. But if you're looking to sell down the road, it's not really worth anything. So Terry Adams. So I posted this on Twitter and I tagged Terry and I'm like, tell me about this shirt. And he said it was probably the only collared shirt he owned. He was a draft pick. So he would have been his birthday. So he would have been what? Okay, he said he was born in 78, but the math doesn't work here. So he's basically like 18. So he's like, that's probably the only collared shirt I owned. And the day they took this picture at a park in Mesa, Arizona, and he said that it was like 110 degrees and they had to wear like pants, like not shorts, but like jeans and collared shirts. And he's like, it was hot as heck. And so he remembered that exact picture day. Very cool memory. I actually, he shared that on some tweets. So I have that on my website I have a page for each Cubs player on my website, 1millioncubs.com. And so I use Terry Adams as kind of a test page, to provide like different cards, and any stories that I had or like, pictures if I met them in person. So on Terry's page, I've got an autographed baseball. And then I put a bunch of his cards, and then I've got that Twitter exchange where he talks about that card, that picture. And I'm so like, I geek out about stuff like that. Just like the randomness of, here's a baseball card, but there's a story behind that baseball card. And I love the stories behind it. I talked about this the other day about, some of the nuances in the game where it's like, sometimes I pay more attention to what's going on around the actual game or team than what's being played out on the field or court. So I just totally geek out about just some random trivia about the baseball cards themselves. And I love that sort of thing. So that was a cool story that Terry shared. So when I saw that, whenever I see that card, it's like, oh, that's the 110 degree day in Mesa, teenage Terry's only collared shirt. So good stuff. People still dress like that. Dan, I was going to say when I saw the White Sox black pants, brown shoe combo. My boss still dresses like that. I think his wife must wake up after he goes to work, because I don't think any wife would let their husband leave the house with a white sock, brown shoe, black pants combo. But yes, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, that's my boss dresses like that. So George says you'll be pleased to know that the Cardinals will have at least one more card in Project 70. Blake Jameson announced that he's doing a McGuire, and it's going to be as a Cardinal at Mark's request. That's cool. That is very cool. Still waiting for the Cub, and I was joking around with, I think it was Brian, Offbeat AllStars, because yesterday's cards I really loved. It was kind of interesting, and we chatted about and who Nick Vosbrink also was in on the convo about yesterday's trio of Project 70 cards. And of course, we had another Yankee, Thurman Munson. We had another Dodger. Can you remember who the Dodger was? And then Randy Johnson, Seattle Mariners card. So Brian joked about, another Yankees and Dodgers card. So now it's like, okay, we know there's going to be a Yankees and Dodger card. Who's going to be the third team represented today? So, it used to be who's going to be the cards today in Project 70. Now it's like, who's going to be the non-Dodger Yankee representative in this trio today? So we'll see. Is there going to be another Dodger and Yankee today? It'll be interesting. But so that's what we talked. And then Nick mentioned, I don't see there were a couple so what I like about Project 70 is the artist's interpretation of the design from that certain year. There must have been a typo on Topps because they said the Thurman Munson was like in the 92 design. And that Thurman Munson didn't look anything like the 92 design, but it looked exactly like the 1977 Topps design. So I'm wondering if that was a typo, because and I know we all can interpret things differently. And Nick added that he didn't see the Randy Johnson is in the design of 95 Topps, and he didn't see it. And he said he saw more of 96. So I went online, and because I kind of know what the 95, I know what the 95 design looked like. I had to get a reminder of 96 because I wasn't collecting in those years baseball. So I looked, and I can see some of the 95, but there's some of the high, sometimes there's a distinct part of the design that really stands out. And I think for 95, what stands out to me on the 95 Topps design is the foil and it's jagged. The border is jagged in the interior border, and then you do have the white on the very edge, but you've got that foil, jagged edge around the card. So that's kind of what stands out to me, and that's not on the Randy Johnson, but I guess if you look closely, compare the two, yes, there are. And I can also see, to his point, the 96 Topps design. I can see a little bit of that design as well. So it's interesting the artist's interpretation of each year's designs. However, I don't see anything 92 in that Thurman Munson. That's as soon as I saw that. In fact, I didn't even notice until somebody tweeted. They're like, "Where do you get 92 out of that Thurman Munson?" And so I had to go back to the Topps website, and I'm like, "What are they talking about?" Sure enough, it says 1992 Topps, and I'm like, that all day. You show that image to me 10 times, and 10 times out of 10, I'm going to say that's the 1977 Topps design. So I'm intrigued on what's going to come out today, players and teams, and just the artists themselves. Yeah, George, I was shocked. I was looking up the print numbers yesterday. The Pujols didn't even reach 2,000. I was completely flabbergasted by that. There's a glorious Yogi today. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? There's another Yankee. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Yeah, the Pujols did not even hit 2,000 on the print run. I think the previous low was Pedro Martinez by Distorted, and I think that was in the 2,000, like 2,500 maybe. But the Alex Party Acuna is the highest print run now, and that beat the Tatis by a few thousand. That Acuna print run was like 14,000 some. So I think it's going to be difficult to top that 14,000, but I do think there's going to be a run on something. Something's going to come out. There's going to be national attention on this project at some point down the road, and it's going to boost the numbers. It's inevitable through a 1,020 card set. It will catch fire, I think. It won't catch fire like Project 2020 did in May of last year, but I think there's going to be something that really like catches fire on a national media level. So that's my prediction. At some point, it's going to happen, and we will see some larger print runs. There are 2 Yanks today. Ugh. You ruined my Tuesday. My Tuesday was already ruined because it is Tuesday. Now I'm just kidding. I'm only here in Project 70. I'm digging Project 70, even though it's a Yankee every day, a Dodger every day, and no Cubs. I'm saving some money. I did buy my WWE living set, wrestling. This week was, gosh, I can't even remember. I just go in and click. I can't even remember. But I have received. I've received cards 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cards 1 and 2 I had to go back and buy on eBay, but I did receive shipping notifications from the eBay sellers that both of those have shipped. So I'll have the first 8 at some point, and then whenever 9 and 10 do ship. So that's what I had for today. Appreciate it. Thanks for chatting. Tune in. Brad, I've got to hear this Richmond Webb story. So Brad, please share that. Check him out on his channel, Texas Card Dude. That's all for Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in and chatting. Have a great Tuesday.